Hi, Julia.
Hi, Aya.
So, have you had a nice week?
Yeah, I did. It's just an interesting week, and yeah, it's been good.
Good. I've been doing a lot of different things, but what I promised myself with regard to my art is that I would try to take time out to do art. I think you did something recently too. Didn't you have a painting you were working on?
Yeah, I did, but then it hasn't really changed since. I need
It's
to still work on.
beautiful. It's
It's
really
really
beautiful.
beautiful. So this
Yeah.
was like an hour worth, two
Yeah.
hours, and then I stopped back in March, and I need to start again. That's the thing about me. I'll get started, but then I need to keep going every day. So I actually admire that you've been painting so frequently. I think that's good that you keep doing it all the time.
Well, yeah, but I don't force myself to make it perfect. You know what you could do with that canvas? If you don't actually feel like doing it anymore, you could sign it in the area that's white. And that could be an artwork, because it's beautiful the way it is.
I mean, it is really beautiful the way it is, and I know that I could do that, but I still feel like okay, I want to like finish it. Like it's very beautiful the way it is. I totally think so. I just kind of want to finish it for some reason. I don't know. We'll see. But that's a good idea. I like that idea.
Well, I
That's a
mean,
really
it's
cool.
different if you have a specific plan for what's in the foreground, but if it is actually a picture of the sky and the trees, if that's really what your focus is on, maybe you don't need a foreground.
That's true. I think I kind of wish I would have just had a smaller canvas and did it there. And then
Oh, yeah,
when I
I do that.
Yeah, what happened was I started at the top and it was different than I usually do because usually I have like an idea, but I was painting with my friend who had never painted before and he said, "I don't know how to paint. I want to paint in 1 hour." So I kind of explained to him like, there's this thing called alla prima painting, and I actually do have one of his paintings. I don't think he'd care if I showed it to you. Do you want me to show you real quick?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I don't think he'd mind. So okay, so he asked me just to watch me paint because he's like, I want to learn how to paint. And I said, okay. So he just kind of watched me and we saw the sunset. And this is his first time painting. I said, that's
Oh,
pretty good, It's
yeah.
interesting. Yeah, he did like a traffic light with the sunset because we saw that driving out to go get what was it? Like it's kind of like this Waba grill. Have you heard of that place?
No, no.
I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like fast food Chinese, Korean. It's
Oh,
interesting. Yeah.
sounds
So
great.
yeah, when we saw the sunset, he's like, "That's really cool. I want to paint it." I said, "Okay, you should try." So like he just did that for an hour, and I think he decided like whenever he wants to come get it. I think he said he's done with it. So I kind of do like your idea. Like maybe it could just be finished like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, because that's what I do. Once I realize I don't have anything to add, I can't make it any better. I
Hmm.
just stop. Like this is something that I did today, and it's supposed to be a fox, and it might not look like a fox. The head maybe is too big or whatever, but it's I did it in just a few, like 20 minutes or something like that. And this is as good as this one's gonna get.
I mean, I really like it though. It's really cool.
Yeah, it was fun to do. And I try not to beat myself over the head over the mistakes, because after all, I'm not doing it for money. I don't owe anybody perfection.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
so I did this and I think I learned something from it. Maybe next time it'll be better.
Yeah, that's actually what I mean, they encourage people to do, like to do a lot of different paintings, different studies. They say you learn over time what you like or what you think works better.
Right. And I did a few, I'm kind of obsessed with foxes, and this might not look like a fox exactly. It might look more like a dog. But I did a few of these and I sent one as a birthday card to a friend. Um,
Oh,
but I signed my name over here and it got smeared. Um, and so I'm watching a young hyene who is a Chinese lady in Silicon Valley.
Oh, that's
Um,
where she is. Wow.
yeah, she lives there and she's a teacher. She teaches art, but she also teaches math. And she's a very smart lady. And she was showing how she used her Chinese signature stamps and other stamps to sign her uh, paintings. And she was also, I also learned from her that you can take a small strip of paper. This is really tiny. Um, and you can make a painting. In her case, I think actually her subject matter is more like what you like to paint, palm trees and
Oh,
and things like that. She also likes to paint bamboo.
ooh, that's kind of cool. I actually did do a drawing once for the panda bears. I wanted them to have a background, so I thought, well, pandas like bamboo, and I made a bamboo background for them.
Right. So she uses watercolor and she's very expert at it. Not like me, but I learned some things from her, such as the idea of using colored paper and then just a very small strip. And there you've got yourself a greeting card of some sort, just by pasting that onto the larger piece of paper.
That
But
is really neat. Wow.
yeah, and I wanted to show you my stamp collection, which is not what you would think. It's not stamps like from the post office. And I'm sharing those with Kate Gladstone because on Friday, this Friday, Kate is going to talk about forms of writing that are not, just somebody writing with a pen or something like that, but rather mechanical forms of writing, which include, of course, the printing press, the
Mhm.
typewriter, and all of that. But before that, there were stamps.
This is so
Um,
true.
yeah. And when I was in Taiwan, um, I had to use a stamp as my signature because I couldn't, I couldn't do Chinese calligraphy. Um, and this is one of my stamps. I don't know if you can see.
I can see it. Wow, that's really cool.
It's also got nice illustration on top of it.
Wow. So would you take that with you? Like if you had to sign a legal document, you would take it with you, like to sign it?
Yes. Now, when I first came, I got one of the cheapest ones available. The really nice ones are made of stone. And young Hai, she has stone stamps. Mine are all made of wood, and this is the cheapest one that I got. Right at the beginning. It's made of wood. It's very cheap wood, and it's got this plastic guard on it. And I can show you um, the receipt that I got when I bought it. And
Oh, that's cool.
and you can see on the receipt, the person who made the stamp used their own stamp to give me a receipt for the money I spent on it.
That is really neat. Wow.
Yeah. So I have 3 of these.
It seems like a good way to sign things and for art as well. Like, why not?
Yeah. Now I do also have signature stamps in other languages. Let's see if I can find this here. I got one that's very small. So when I was a little girl, I think it's my grandfather who made it for me because my paternal grandfather used to bring me the unusual gifts. All of my grandparents brought me beautiful gifts, but his were extra thoughtful. Um,
Oh,
so he made me a signature stamp in Hebrew when I was a little
wow.
girl. It has my name in Hebrew.
So he made that by
No, 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 no,
hand.
no, 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 no. He didn't make
He
it.
got it. He had somebody commissioned to make, but I was like, oh, I wasn't sure. That's really neat.
Yeah, and you see the ones in Israel are made of metal, not stone or wood.
But
Um,
I love that like Asian connection because it seems like a lot of the Asian countries have signature stamps, whereas in the West, like I mean, I don't want to sound ignorant, but do you hear like in this modern time, like Americans or British
I
people?
have one. I
You
have one in
really?
English. Uh,
Oh, that is, I see. I haven't heard many people are doing this though. That's what I'm saying. It's
it
interesting.
it's for when I was a lawyer.
Oh, legally.
Y-
Okay.
Yeah, because I would file a lot of documents. And if I had somebody working for me, they could stamp them with my signature, like a paralegal, and
Mhm.
it would be valid. So
Wow.
so that's actually my signature, which is not that great, because I don't have pretty handwriting, but this is the signature and they made it from what I wrote.
That's cool.
So that's my stamp collection. And I wanted to show you the bowl I found it in because, see, I thought all of those were in a particular drawer. And then I started to look for them and they weren't there. And I thought, oh my God, where did I put them? Because I knew nobody just broke into my house and took away my signature stamps. Nobody would do that. But I didn't know where they were. And finally, I found them in this bowl in the living.
Oh.
And this bowl is a bowl made by my daughter, Sword. And she made the bowl at one of those places where they do this where you go in to a ceramics shop and they will teach everybody how to make a bowl.
Hmm.
And she made it there, and that's her handwriting on there. It says, I sugarcoat everything.
Oh, that's cute.
It was supposed to be a sugar bowl, but
Yeah,
anyway,
that's very cool though. I like it.
yeah, she gave it to me. So I keep, I
Yeah,
keep
I took ceramics classes in high school. That's so neat.
yeah. So yeah, I think we don't have to keep working at an artwork beyond the point where it helps us. So if you, yeah, I'm not saying throw something away. I don't throw any of my art away. I keep
Mhm.
it, and each work has its strong points, and it has some weaknesses. And I enjoy looking at them. And right now, you know, I I've stopped buying canvases because that's really a waste for me right now.
Well, they
Uh,
can add up in price for sure.
Not just that, but you know, storage and when people get older and then they want to give everything to their children and the children don't even want to take it, it
Mhm.
gets kind of depressing, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't want to have so many canvases and then either have to throw them out or, bother my daughter with them.
Mhm.
So this is so much better. So you remember this one from
Oh, yes,
Jane.
yes.
It's a coffee painting.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
I love your coffee paintings. They're very expressive.
thank you. I wouldn't put this on the wall because who would want this on the wall? But it was fun to do, and I'm not throwing it away, and I can look at it anytime I want to.
True. Yeah, that's the neat thing about an art book, a notebook.
Yeah, and this was not successful, but I didn't throw it out. It's just a phase I was going through.
Yeah, that's
Same
cool.
thing here. Yeah. And here I was trying and trying and trying, couldn't get what I wanted, but I didn't throw out the ones that didn't work. And you can see it just kept going like that until I just gave up on the whole thing and did
That kind of
something
looks like
else.
Mao. He kind of looks like Mao, that guy.
It's actually the current guy. What's his name? The current.
Oh yeah, Dunsaping. I don't want to say it
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. So, and I don't even remember who this was supposed to be, but it was somebody. And some more guys. And so you see, I keep working on stuff and it doesn't work. So big deal.
Yeah, I got you. That's a good strategy, and that way, no harm. Like if you get bored with it, you're like, well, I don't have the canvas that is obligatory,
Right.
and
So then
it's
I can
just
decide, well, hey, I want to do foxes now. And, nothing is lost.
That's true.
I think that's how I got to where I am right now. When I was little, I would just doodle.
Hmm.
Um, and if I liked something, I kept it. I mean, if I didn't like it, I don't know what happened to it. I don't ever remember throwing it out, but maybe my parents did at some point.
But maybe the things you've had since you were a teenager, you still have somewhere, I would think, because you still have
No,
some of your
no, my
paintings, right?
parents, no, my parents did keep my drawings. I'm not saying something bad about my parents.
Oh, no, 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 I don't think that. No.
No, they kept my drawings, but it's a very, how shall I say, uh, they were like museum curators. It's very curated in the
Mhm.
sense that it's the best or the most interesting of my work at the time.
I think the same thing with my mom, because my mom said at first she thought that she should keep all of our drawings from when we were little, but then one day, like sometime in the late 80s, she realized, oh, I have like a big box of drawings and I can't keep everything.
Yeah, it's sad. It really is. I mean, but that's part of life, right?
Yeah, no, it is. I don't know whatever happened to it. Well, maybe my mom has it now. We had a book that we did in kindergarten that would have these different drawings, and it was kind of interesting to look at. I think my mom might have it actually, not me. But that was kind of neat, like just to look through it and to see, oh, how did I draw back then? Like, was there something that kind of was a precursor to things I do today in art?
Yeah. I think I always liked to draw animals and people, and I was never that much into uh landscapes or murals or anything like that.
I was always a landscapist to begin with, but then as time carried on, I kind of became interested more in animals. And then I had this phase where I wanted to draw cats, and that's kind of ended. Like I don't want to draw a cat anymore just because of what happened to
I
Irina.
know.
Yeah, so ever since that happened, I just don't I feel kind of bitter. I mean, I love all the cat artwork I created, but I just that point is kind of progressed, and now I actually want to maybe draw people in the future. Well, when I finish that one drawing.
Okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. Maybe we can get together every once in a while and draw together.
That's actually kind of what I like. I like it when we did more art, and I feel like it was getting me to do more art. I actually really appreciate that because it
Yeah,
motivates me.
I'm not very good at talking while I'm doing art because I have a one-track mind,
No,
but
no, well, you should like just do the art. I know I prattle on a bit, but
no, no, no,
doing
that's
art's
good. That's good because I think if we do a live stream and nobody's talking, that's kind of weird.
yeah, I think that's just me, but you can focus on the art and I can just say things from time to time. That's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's a good way to do it. And I enjoy watching all sorts of other artists and learning from them too.
I mean, it's interesting because then you never know, like, where you might see something like with this YouTuber that you're following that lives up in the Silicon Valley. It seems like you got some inspiration from different things that she's posting. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, and Bo likes to watch her too.
Oh,
Because she has a very soothing voice and very happy personality. And actually, Bo's interested in shoes, and every once in a while, she models shoes. She does an outfit of the day, and he's always looking at her shoes.
I always find shoes interesting because I don't really have that many pairs of shoes and I love clothes, but shoes are so secondary to me because I don't like to wear things on my feet if I
I
don't
don't,
have.
I don't either. Yeah, I like to go barefoot.
Yeah, our society forces us to have to wear shoes when we go outside because when I was a kid, I always wanted to go barefoot. And then, like, you go to school and you kind of have to wear shoes. And I went through this phase while living in California was really easy. I just wore flip flops all the time. But I used to get so much heat on that. Like, oh, why aren't you wearing shoes? They're not proper shoes. You need to cover your feet.
Yeah, I stopped wearing flip-flops around Bo because he got too excited about them and he wanted them.
Yeah, that's true. But the reason I did that for a time was because I just felt like, well, it's kind of like going barefoot, but then I got to this point, like, I don't know, people got mad at me. Like, some people still wear flip flops, but for some reason, I don't know, it's just a couple of people who are like, you should be wearing shoes. But I'm not like one of these ladies. You know how some people love beautiful designer shoes and they have
Yeah.
many pairs of shoes? That's never been me. Like, I love dresses, but when it comes to shoes, it's just like, okay, I have to wear something on my feet. And I want it to be somewhat comfortable. So now I just get these Skechers shoes and I wear them until they fall apart, and then I buy a new pair, and that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I buy very inexpensive things. Do you want to see my new blouse that I bought for work?
I would love to see it. Yeah.
Okay, I'll show it to you, then I'll tell you how much I paid for it.
And I think inexpensive clothes are actually like a lot of my clothes. I just look for things that I like, that I think have nice structure to them. I don't think, well, let's be honest, like a lot of people have been talking about this topic on YouTube. Some of the sustainable, well-made brands, they're expensive and they're not necessarily better made.
Yeah, I know. I know. So this, I don't know if you can see what it looks like. Um, so what they told us is we need to wear long sleeves even in summer. And I'm
Wow.
trying to find something that would be, very light material.
Oh yeah, I like it though.
Yeah. So guess how much I paid for it?
I don't know, 15, $20.
$3 on sale at Walmart.
Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. You know what? I do love, actually, Walmart's clothes when
Uh-huh.
the thing started a couple years ago. They got a lot better. Like, I used to buy clothes there all the time anyway, but now like they have a lot of different, like their variety of clothes. And my sister and I have been going to Target, and have you been to Target recently?
Not really, because I don't have one, anywhere
Okay,
close.
if you're ever at a Target or you have Sword, we don't know what's going on with the clothes at Target right now, but it's really like, it's Walmart's clothes are so much better these days.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't, during the pandemic, I didn't want to buy anything, because I
Mhm.
was afraid I would get sick. Uh, and I don't buy new things all the time, but
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I thought I needed to do this, and that was just the right price for me.
No, that's a good price. That's what I'm saying is like sometimes at Walmart, like some people would be like, oh, Walmart doesn't have clothes, but I found like leggings there that are really cute. Like this pair of leggings I'm wearing, like that are just kind of floral. It's hard to tell, but they were $9. That's not bad for leggings because usually people pay
Mhm.
like $50 or $60 for a pair of leggings. And why would I do that when at Walmart I can get like cute pairs of leggings, and sometimes they go on sale. The cutest like pair I have, I paid 92 cents like back in 2017.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a good price.
They were Christmas leggings, and I wish I would have bought more. There was this lady that bought like 20 pairs. I should have bought more because they're not going to go out of
Well, that's
style.
the problem with this. I would have bought more than one of these, but there was
Yeah.
only one in my size, so
Yeah. But back then, like they used to do better sales even. And now, like, we just don't find those kind of sales as much anymore.
yeah, well, food prices are really going up, but
Oh, yeah. And the gas price, it was 5.87 somewhere one day. And my sister's like, well, that's actually a really good price, Julia. It's like 6.30 up in the mountains. I'm like, that's crazy.
yeah, it is.
It's fictitious in my view. I think they just use the recent crisis to like say, oh well, we have to raise the price by $2 a gallon.
Yeah, a lot of places, they change their service. So like the airlines no longer feed you. So you buy a full ticket and you still don't get any food. And some of the hotels, they used to have a free breakfast and then
Yeah,
they don't anymore.
that's weird. Like I thought that was like one of the perks of like the continental breakfast at least, like,
Yeah.
or at
But
least
they,
free coffee or something. I don't know.
yeah, there's not even free coffee. You can buy it at their little place there in the hotel, but it's not free.
That's weird. I don't think that makes people want to like travel as much, because that was one of the perks, at least even on Southwest Airlines. You used to get a bag of chips, and like, well, I haven't flown in a while, so I know it's not that way, but you used to get something.
Right. It's just, it's becoming like a third world country where you're lucky if you get any service at all.
Yeah, that's kind of, and it's unfortunate. I don't know why things had to go that way. Well, I guess we know why,
Yeah. Well,
but
anyway.
I'm loving how you're doing all sorts of different types of art and how you go through phases and try different things. That's really cool.
Yeah, I think that's a way not to burn out. And I've realized now, I'm never going to have an art career, and that's okay. I still enjoy doing art.
I mean, I love art. When I went to college, I almost thought about majoring in art, but the reason I didn't was because I thought, well, I don't think I'm going to become a professional artist, honestly. And I'll tell you why, because with a professional artist, you have to create something real quickly, and it has to be something that other people like. And I hate that. I don't want to create art that other people like. I just want to do things I like, and that's a problem in the art world. You can't do that. And
Well,
it's
it's kind of a problem in every aspect of the business world. Um, they want you to do things that other people like. I mean, even on YouTube, let's face it,
yeah.
you like to do what you like on your channel. I like to do what I like to do on my channel, but they keep kind of forcing us into these little molds that they want us to fit.
Yeah, that's so true. And it just seems like, well, for me with YouTube recently on my channel, I'm just like, well, I'll still do videos, but I'm getting kind of burnt out on it because it's just I don't really like the direction it's going, honestly, to be. And I know some people continue to get views, but I think it's just the market's so saturated now that I'm not going to just do what they want, I'm just over it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to do what I want. And if I have another viral video, and hopefully it's not all about the same thing, I'll be happy. And if I don't, that's okay.
I mean, I would like to have more viral videos, don't get me wrong, but at this point, that's another thing too. I know you don't like TikTok, but I think YouTube's making a mistake, like maybe doing the shorts. And I know I've done a few shorts. I don't know why they're always trying to compete with what's taking off in certain areas. Maybe they need to focus on just like promoting their long form content more.
Yeah, I agree. I've done shorts too. Uh, Sometimes they take off, but it's usually a combination of, like for instance, on this channel, that the art is about a an actor or actress that are very famous.
Hmm.
And I added a piece of music that is very recognizable and popular. And then, I can make, I can have like 5,500 tops views on that. It's not viral, but I know it's not about me. It's not about my art. That's not why it did that.
It was the topic and it took off. Is there anybody that you plan on painting next? Like, do you have plans or is it more just organic, like what you want to paint at the time?
Well, right now I'm experimenting about what I can do with watercolors.
Mhm.
And my feeling is that while I'm not ever going to become a landscape artist, I'm moving a little bit more in the landscape direction with my animals where I want to draw. Uh, and I want to do it very small.
Oh, I like that, like a miniaturist, right?
Yeah, so I'm doing these miniature watercolor paintings where I want to see how pretty I can make it without doing a lot of work, you know?
Hmm. But that's actually really good because I feel like watercolor, it's a medium that's not too expensive. It's not too messy. It's messy, it can be, but unlike oil paint or something, I really like that. It's really great.
Yeah, that's another thing that I found out. I was ruining too many clothes. Not that I have such great clothes or anything, but I decided I want to be able to paint on a day when I'm working and on a day when I want to look pretty nice
Hmm.
and at the same time know that I'm not going to spoil anything.
I have one dress, like it still has some like oil paint, not oil paint. It was actually acrylic this one time when I painted a picture of a cat a long time ago. Black. I'm very lucky though, because where it ended up, it kind of looks like part of the design of the dress, but it has never washed out like after 10 years. It's permanent.
Right.
Yeah.
And I promised myself I had one outfit that I would wear to paint, but when you feel like painting, you don't feel like changing your clothes. At least I want to do it right when I want to do it.
Yeah, when you want to, and it's kind of like a hassle. Like I have to go find my painting outfit. It was kind of like the way with the henna. When I was doing henna too frequently, there were a few things that got henna on them, and they're permanently stained with henna now.
You know what? I have some leftover henna, and I was thinking maybe I would also paint with henna.
You could.
But
You know what's really cool, and I never tried. Like you can paint with henna. Some people do design. I'm not really interested in
no, I
henna
don't want to
tattoo.
do tattoos. I don't want
No,
to do.
no, no. I'm not interested in that. Like I don't know. I think painting with it's better.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's really all I had, and I think Bo is trying to tell me that my
Okay.
time is up.
Well,
But
it sounds.
it's so wonderful to talk to you, though.
Yeah, no, it was, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you for sharing all your art.
Okay, well, we'll talk again very soon.
Yeah, I was thinking, okay, next week maybe we can do something hair related. What do you think about that? Would you like to do that?
Oh, I would love to do that, and I would love to be a guest on your channel.
Yeah, I want you to be a guest, and I think we can just talk about maybe our thoughts on spring hair, something like that.
Okay, that's something to look forward to.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye, Aya.